controversial bill that would put a halt to allowing Syrian and Iraqi refugees into America passed through the U.S. House this afternoon. The bill received support from 289 members of Congress from both sides of the aisle, creating a majority that could override President Obama's veto power. Channel 4's Heather Lee was able to speak with Florida Senator Bill Nelson about the bill. Heather.
Well, he doesn't think it will end up in the Senate. In fact, he believes this bill may die entirely after Thanksgiving because he says the bigger issue here is the visa waiver program, not Syrian refugees. Fear and emotion. It's what Senator Bill Nelson believes is motivating the pushback against allowing Syrian refugees into the United States.
Fear is that there was the erroneous report that one of the 8 attackers had come over on a Syrian refugee passport through Turkey. The fact is that turned out to be false information.
According to Nelson, of the Syrian refugees already in America, none of them have ties to terrorist activity. He says that's clear proof the vetting process is working. Still, he isn't opposed to clarifying it and making improvements. He says something that does concern him is the visa waiver program that allows anyone in participating European countries with a passport to buy an airline ticket to the U.S. and stay for 90 days without being vetted.
Our problem right now is the lone wolf. ISIS has gotten very good at inspiring young, disaffected, unemployed young men through social media to go out on their own and hit a soft target.
He believes the U.S. needs to take a closer look at everyone coming into the states. He says that also should include cross-checking America's no-fly list with all the European countries' no-fly list, so we can better pinpoint someone looking to do the U.S. harm. Muriel Batar came to the U.S. from Syria more than 15 years ago and says we need to get to the root of the problem.
I think ultimately the solution for the refugee crisis is to stop making them refugees, meaning solve the problem where it's originating, in Syria, and just stop the war. Stop supporting the involved country in the region who are funding those terrorists and supporting them, and like Turkey and Saudi Arabia, and let the process just take its course.
Now, Senator Marco Rubio also sent a statement saying, quote, "I would protect the homeland by immediately stopping the flow of Syrian refugees into the United States, not because refugees fleeing conflict are unwelcome, but because it is currently impossible to verify their identities or intentions. I would also strengthen the visa waiver program security screening to ensure individuals coming to our country are not a threat." Now, I also reached out to him this afternoon to see if he was available for an interview, but at this point we have not heard back. Heather Lee, Channel 4, the local station.